All right. Peace, everyone. This is Romello Skuggs, Undisputed Spit, another episode. I'm talking to my good brother, one of my Boston compadres, Karl Williams Jr. K. Will. What's good, baby? Talk to me.
What's good, bro? Good. Peace and blessings to you.
Oh, same to you. Now, you brought to my attention, and I had to really think about this. Like, seriously. It's more like an open discussion. I had to think about this. When you send me the text,
there is no right or wrong answer. I don't really know.
It's really not. When I'm about to say it's really not a right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
When you text us in the group chat today, this morning, when you was like, who will win if Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman had a trilogy?
Yeah.
And I thought about it for a second. First of all, it caught me off guard a little bit. I was like, but then after I marinated and soaked it all in, I had to really think about it. Like, in all honesty, it's not a right or wrong answer. It's more of it's like a hypothetical question. So,
of course.
Yeah. So
I don't know who you got. Like, it's such a tough question because like you said, it is completely hypothetical, and you got to base it basically off of the first fight and whatever it was that you saw in the fight that they had, And then I guess for fans' sake, we can kind of talk about their careers and perspectives afterwards, like who they were as a fighter after that, what they looked like after that. So I don't know how you really measure it, but I thought it would be a great question because I would love to see a trilogy between the two. Personally, I'll give my take first, and then you can share yours. Personally, I'm gonna say Ali. Would have came out of it 2-1, right? 2-1.
Explain.
I give Foreman at least one of those fights in the trilogy. I don't see it as a clean wash, only because I don't know, man. Maybe though. Like as I'm thinking about it now, maybe, but I don't see it as a clean wash. I think Puncher's Chance. I'm giving him one of those fights out of the trilogy. And I think Ali just was the more polished boxer, and I'm not sure how Foreman could have adjusted. Like Ali would have had to run out of gas, or I'm not sure how he could have adjusted. So I'm gonna go with Foreman in the trilogy. Ali in the trilogy, 2-1. With Foreman winning the second fight, Ali winning the third.
Okay, it's parts to this question.
Yeah.
First, I gotta ask you, what era we talking about? Is we talking Ali 64?
I'm saying when did they fight? 70. When did they fight? 74.
Yeah,
so.
October 1st,
I'm talking 74. Yeah, I'm talking 74 and then 2 fights after that. So that could have been age 75, 76. They could have came, similar to Ali Frazier. Let's just say they had a trilogy. Like we saw this 3 times. Like Ali kind of left nothing to be, he left no doubt when he won, off the rope-a-dope. It was kind of like, all right, he gave him all that he could and he still didn't beat him. You know what I mean? So it was no doubt really left after the first fight. However, styles make fights, and maybe in the second one, George could have made some adjustments. George did adjust further on in his career to become a better boxer and more than just a slugger. So would have been interesting to see if he had came back in the second fight, adjusted from that fight in 74, maybe early 75, mid 75, they fight again. But it would have been interesting, young George Foreman with, middle-aged Ali, older Ali.
Right.
Okay. Would have been interesting. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Now you answer my question when you said 74, like that time. That's when Ali was starting to deteriorate. Like,
sure,
quickly, like very rapidly. So
yeah.
I like to say Ali myself, but I don't even think it would be a trilogy. I don't think so. I think it'll probably be a second fight. Two fights. I don't think it's gonna be a third because for one, he knocked him out. That's one. So
that's for one.
And it would bring the noise to bring another one because George Foreman is George Foreman. It's probably a rematch clause at the time in contract, whatever. So the second fight, I would say Ali couldn't come with the same style. He had to do something different.
That's what I'm saying.
He can't do the rubber the second time if they would have fought. So, but then in the middle to the end of Ali's career, he really had to use his brain to beat people. He had to use his brain. He still was talented, but the talent wasn't matching with his brain. So his brain was always up here. The talent was just like a little bit low, whatever, because he wasn't like as fast. He wasn't as light on his feet. You know what I'm saying? He got to beat people with his brain. So that's why I say it wouldn't be a third fight because Ali just beat it with his brain. The first fight knocked him out. And the second time, I think George probably make some adjustments because remember, you just said it. George didn't get better till later. Late 80s, early 90s, we see Michael Moore.
He was still knocking people out at 50. You know what I'm saying? So
he got that punch. He always like Eddie Futch, who was the trainer of Joe Frazier. All the best. And I love what he said. He was like, George Foreman is a big guy that's strong and can punch. That's it. Yeah. His style is like more like coming forward. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a style, really. It's just like he's going in the ring and doing damage. That's it.
Yeah. But that was a young George, like older George.
Say that again?
Older George kind of had a little bit more boxing savvy, though, with the power.
Yeah. I mean, when you fight the greatest fighter of all time, you pick up a trick or two. That's like
exactly, yeah.
Okay, that's like I had to switch subjects. That's like you're a musician and you be under Stevie Wonder. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna pick up a trick or two. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So he fought the greatest fighter of everybody's all-time list. Just about everybody. Or if you're not a fighter or not. If you're a fighter, you probably put yourself up there, whatever.
Sure.
Greatest of our time, right? So, you're gonna pick up a trick or two. He uses brain to beat Michael Moore. So, you know what I'm saying? Michael Moore was dominant at first in '94, and George called him with that, that good all right. You know what I'm saying? And you know the rest. So, I mean, but if they going with if you going with the 70s, like you say, 74, 75, 76, George's IQ wasn't there yet. It was just he was just
strong. What I'm saying.
So
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And I guess that's for me. That's what make it like. I guess it's 50-50 and so subjective. Like, but the truth is that even if they did fight at that time, who's to say George doesn't make those adjustments because he knows the fight that he's going into? Like he wasn't seeing nobody else out like Ali, so he didn't have to train in the same fashion that he had to train for other fighters. Like it was what you said. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna beat this guy up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be win or lose, but this is how we gonna fight with Ali. Let's say they had a second fight, which it was a young George Foreman or older Ali, so that would have kind of been. See, it's all kind of variables there, but if they had a second fight, who's to say he doesn't make those adjustments? Then
I can see that. I can see your point, but
like he didn't. So
because to be honest, he really didn't because after he fought Ali, he fought Ron Lyle, and that was the most weirdest fight I ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? So Ron Lyle getting knocked down, then George Foreman getting knocked down. It was just so weird. It reminded me of the Fury and Wilder 3. That's what it reminded me of. So and
a little drama.
Justice, like it's still going in. Okay, I think I'm gonna bully everybody because of my stature and I have a punch. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
we already know he's knocking the heavy bag. You know, the heavy bag
Knocking the heavy bag off.
Okay, and he's dead in it and he busted open. Rumor has it, or I think he did, but still, he just it's no technique, it's no style, it's no nothing. It's just go in the ring. I'm gonna bully everybody. But the thing was, and the thing that made it so special with Ali is not a small guy. Foreman was still bigger than him, but he wasn't a small guy. He was 6'3", 6'4", 220, and you know what I'm saying? He can't really bully him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but again, like, to answer your question, I don't think it would be a trilogy. I think Ali would be in a sweep. Adjustments, I didn't, at that time, I don't see
I get you. No, I get you. I don't know. I think trilogy.
But the flip side. Now, since we're going with hypothetical, now, if George Foreman would have took what he learned from that fight in 74 and bring that from the 90s to the trilogy, then we're talking about a different story, a different kind of fight. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, if he would have had to fight him again, he would have had to prepare for that. It would have been he would have had to. So, and you're right. He wasn't really. He got a boxing lesson when he fought Ali. Right. That's what it was. Just like you mentioned Wilder and Fury, Wilder got a boxing lesson when he fought Fury. Like, sure, he could still knock him down and knock him out, but that warranted the trilogy. You see what I'm saying? Even though, in my opinion, Wilder lost all 3 fights.
I'm with you on that. I agree with you on that.
All right. But it was still intrigue, and you still didn't know what was going to happen, and it was still 50-50 up until the point that it wasn't. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying that's the similar type of fight with Ali and Foreman. Very similar, and they had a trilogy. Different time period, 2 different fighters. I'm not comparing them to Ali and Foreman, so no, that's not what I'm saying. What I am talking about is the trilogy of heavyweight fighters, 3 fights, a puncher versus a boxer. You know what I mean? Those comparisons. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So I don't know.
I don't. To be honest, you ain't asked the question, but to piggyback with you, I always said it. That shouldn't have been a trilogy. It shouldn't. It shouldn't have been a trilogy, but I know why it's a trilogy. I know why.
Get it?
But
I get it.
But then you said
the boy is back too. He back too.
Oh yeah. I said in my post the other day. I'm not a fan of him like that, but I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he's active.
I'm definitely glad he's okay. I'm glad he's okay.
All right. I'm glad he's all right. You know what I'm saying? For real. Now, is he going to get a championship ever again in life? I'm not sure of that. That's
Robert Helenius? Why Robert Helenius, bro? I guess that was what was out there, but
Helenius, he sparred with Fear.
They sparred.
He sparred with Wilder. So
yeah,
that can play a part too. That could be like that could be like, okay, I'm not comparing it, but that's the example because of my head. That could be like the Ali and Larry Holmes, right? That could be like that. They not them. I know, but that's the only ones like sparring partner versus boxer that I can come up with on top of my head for right now.
Yeah.
So I can see it like that. I don't know. No, because Robert, he's dope. Like, he's solid.
He's solid. I just don't think his chin is gonna hold up. Like, as soon as you take a punch, it's gonna be. I don't think that's gonna hold up, bro. I just don't.
I have to see Wilder's psychological. I really do.
Man, all he got to do.
Like you right. I have to see. Is he? Because people think like boxing is more. It's talent. No, like if you don't have the brains and the mental aspect, you're gonna sink. Talent could go so far, but your mind could go with you until really you go. You know what I'm saying? Until you can't really move no more. So it's important to have that brain, and I can't see it with Wilder. Maybe he'll shot the hell out of me, whatever. But I have to see how he is psychologically, because when you lose like that, and we all saw how he lost, he just looked. I hate to use this as a saying, but he looked dead. He really did. So, and I know that's probably a bad choice of words, but those are the ones
I know what you mean.
Yeah, he looked out of it. So maybe a year off can help him reshape his, you know what I'm saying, his stature and his you know what I'm saying, his boxing. But
yeah.
I have to see it, man. I can't just say, oh, Wilder will knock him out. I don't know. I got to see him.
Well, I'm not gonna say that he just gonna knock him out. So I'm not gonna say that. I think he wins and it's by a knockout, but you know, it ain't no guarantee that he wins. I think Helenius is a solid fighter. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's fought. I think he's gonna try to do something similar to what Fury did as far as his approach to the fight, meaning being the aggressor. You know what I mean? Taking the fight to Wilder. I don't think he is as skilled as Fury and being able to handle what comes back after you do that. Because Wilder is still a threat. Attacking him is not necessarily the best way to go if you don't really have a game plan once you attack. Because if he hits you, he gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So Helenius, but Helenius do have that boxing ability, and he does have a little bit of power. It's just his chin. I don't know. You know, he haven't been in no brawls for me to be like, you know, I trust what.
Him and Andy Ruiz kind of remind me of like they kind of like alike.
They got hands. They got
hands. Yeah, they remind me of each other. And the funny thing about Ruiz, he about to fight that kid called Luis Ortiz. He about to fight him in a few weeks.
It's a bunch of good fights coming up, actually.
That's the crazy part. And Fury back in Ortiz. Fury back in Ruiz, and Wilder back in Ortiz. So it's kind of like the rivalry is still. Well, it's not a rivalry. You got to win to be a rivalry.
Somebody got to win, and we need to see Undisputed. They need to get somebody in there to fight for that. And then, you know, or have some kind of battle royale, or like 6-man, you know what I mean? Put the titles up and let King Kong, Ruiz, Joshua, Usyk, Wilder, and Fury, let them go hammy for, you know what I mean? Like fight in a tournament.
Fury
He do. He's semi-retired, but I don't think the fight today is gonna let us know what Fury's next move is.
That's Usyk versus Joshua. Yes, that this fight is very important for what you want in Undisputed. That's very important. I think if Joshua wins, which is Rich is I
don't know, man.
I'm gonna be nice today. This is a tall task. It's a real tall task.
Now, if he wins, I'll be impressed.
Very, very, very impressed.
I will be impressed. Yeah,
but I don't see it. This is. I know he's trying to go in this fight kind of like how he lost to Andy Ruiz, whatever. Then go to the next fight. Yeah, I can. But like I said in my predictions when I made the video yesterday, I said Usyk is not Andy Ruiz. Far from it.
Right.
Usyk probably the best heavyweight right now. Not named Fury.
I mean, you got to put him in the heavyweight conversation, even though he, you know, most people think he was a little undersized, but there is no other heavyweight. You know, Tyson Fury is the only other heavyweight that I think could be in his boxing class.
I agree. Facts. That's facts. I have to see. And like I said, my points of Joshua to win. He doesn't know how to do. When have you ever seen Joshua cut off the ring?
That's what I'm saying. He's not really that type of. Like, he beat you because he beat you. Now he bring you the fight to you, and he kind of just control the ring. He just controls the fight. When he can't control the fight, he becomes a different fighter. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see if he's able to. I'm not sure how he can control the ring with Usyk. Usyk is just too savvy. Like he got too. It's too many. He give you too many different looks for you to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable when you fight him.
Yes.
Like you need a Floyd Mayweather, somebody who can pin and spin and be on their back foot and be doing the spin move, but punch you at the same time. Like you need skill. Like you need somebody that Floyd get underestimated, but that's why he was able to beat people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he can get out the way and still take this with you. Like he was the take this with you king.
The shoulder roll, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gonna get back, but he definitely gonna touch that nose though. He gonna touch that nose and that grill. He gonna touch it.
Hey, I'm sorry, Joshua's not there. He's not gonna come off the ring.
Not that.
And one of my guys.
Maybe he done learn. That's what I'm saying. Like Wilder surprised us and looked a lot more sharp in the third fight with Fury. He still looked like Wilder, but he looked a lot more sharp.
He broke character, right? He broke character.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see.
It's too late to chop. Okay, from Wilder, what you were saying, it was too late to be technical. That's not who you are. You know what I'm saying?
But he had to do something different, though. He had to do something different.
That's true. But then he didn't stick to the script. He went back to the, Yeah. But then
his jab looked better. He actually used it in the third fight.
I was totally impressed. I said it in the group chat. I said it. I was like, this is Wilder I've never seen before. He was jabbing the body. He was jabbing the face. Everything was working. And then in the second, third round, I mean, he kind of like.
Yeah, it went bad.
It sped back to himself. So, at Joshua, what I'm saying, like, he got apply the pressure, but guess what? He got a Windows chair. You know what I'm saying? He got a wall side Windows chair. So,
and when it get touched,
you can't apply the pressure if you got a suspect chair. You can't do it.
I know, and that's why I don't like Robert Garcia as his trainer, because Robert Garcia is offensive as heck. So I'm expecting to see a more offensive AJ, but I don't know what he's gonna do about that chin. I just don't know. Don't know.
And Usyk not even know for his power, but if he catch him, at the sweet spot, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. But the thing is, he's gonna catch him at the right spot a lot. That's the problem. It ain't even that one time. He's gonna keep tagging that boy, bap, and one of those is gonna make you fall over, like off balance. It's gonna catch you, like it's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I would like to see Joshua with somebody like even a Jonathan Banks as a trainer. You know what I mean? Like it.
With Triple G.
Yeah, he with Triple G. He got a lot of fighters. Badu Jack, I think he with. He got a couple fighters, but I would like to see him. And he from that Crunk. He from that Crunk tree.
Yeah, he from the tree.
Yeah, he from the tree. Like I think he was training with Crunk. He might even still train with Crunk actually, but I think he was training with Crunk once upon a time.
He do. I mean, because him and Sugar Hill got similarities. They
do have similarity. Jonathan is a little different than Sugar. He definitely is more defensive than Sugar is. You know what I mean?
I think that's a bad parent too.
You think so? So who's a good trainer? Like that's what I'm saying. Like he definitely needs to change trainers, but I'm not sure Robert Garcia was the one.
No, I say to me, like I told you earlier, I say Ben Davison. I say him or that'd be a bad parent too. I'm about to say him and Freddie Roach. That's a bad parent. He's offensive.
I don't like it. I don't like him and Freddie Roach.
So I say the reason I say Ben Davison because he slows everything down. I think it'd be
but that's not good. Slow for AJ is bad. Like that's the problem. He's so slow.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out the best solution, man. I can't figure
He
it
got to
out.
use his size. He got to use his size. He's bigger than most of the people he getting in there with, bro. Most of the people, he's bigger than them. So he got to learn how to use his size and distance and spacing. The jab, keep people at the end of the jab, I think, but make the jab a power punch. His jab needs to be a power punch. You know what I mean? Like as opposed to just like he don't have. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure he has heard all of this type of thing. Maybe Lennox Lewis could train him. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Hey, that's a good idea though. That's perfect.
Teach him how to use his body. You know,
perfect. Lennox would be a good trainer for him.
A good trainer for him.
I mean, they both. Yeah. I mean, from overseas.
Yep.
Lennox was like not really a bouncer like that.
Nah.
He could do like distance and how to use that right hand and all that stuff.
That's
like
what
that.
Exactly.
Yeah, he just know how to do that.
Exactly.
He don't get himself. He don't be in brawls like that. I never. The last time I seen him in the brawl, probably it was a long time ago. It was before he was with Manny. Before he got with Manny. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's the last time I seen him. Like I think it was. No, it wasn't White Weaver. It was probably all of them called when he lost. It was probably that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if he went Lewis, if he go to Lennox Lewis, if Lennox was like a trainer, I think he's the perfect guy for AJ. He's so perfect.
Man, he needs something like that. Man. Like somebody who he will listen to, but also teach him how to effectively be the aggressor. Like it's not just about him going in there being aggressive. It's so much more. It's gonna take so much more than that to beat Usyk. Like Usyk is really good.
It's not just everybody. Like people saying, man, Usyk is like it's a fluke. No. First of all, cruiserweight. We was in cruiserweight.
He was a beast.
He was dominant. Especially when Tony Bello, you know what I'm saying?
He smashed Tony Bello. He smashed him. Yeah. That was he smashed him. I just watched some highlights of that earlier today, man. But we gonna find out in about an hour and a half, man. I think they're gonna do the ring walk at about 5, so 5:15 or something like that.
They overseas with it. I mean, I had to think about like what time to start. I couldn't figure it out. Like I knew it was like a weird time. So for me, I know it's like I think it's like 2 here. You know what I'm saying? I think you said start at 5, correct?
Yeah, so it's gonna be 4. It's like 2 hours from now, man.
Oh, so it's like 5. Okay.
So like it's like so it'll be like maybe like 4 o'clock your time. If it's 2 o'clock where you are, it's 3 o'clock where I'm at.
12 o'clock right now where I'm at.
It's 12 o'clock. Okay, so it's gonna be like 3 o'clock. It's gonna be like 2 o'clock your time. Because you 3 hours. Yeah.
I'm 3 hours behind everybody. Well, y'all. So yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. But
but it's on the Zone, and you know how they do, bro. That you can go back and watch the fight when you get home or whatever it is. If you got something to do, like you just replay it right back. The Zone. That's what I do like about the Zone. Is that after the fight go off, you can just play it again. Like,
yeah. And it be on YouTube like kind of like immediately, but I rather watch this.
Pretty much.
I rather watch it live.
Yeah, I need to watch this because by the time you get to YouTube and stuff like that, people gonna be done told you what it is. I need to see it for myself to be able to see what I need to see for this Undisputed. Yeah.
Plus is very important. It's very important that this fight is very important. Swore to be an undisputed heavyweight champion.
We were so close.
Lennox Lewis.
We were so close. And I remember us having a discussion on the show when we was talking about when Wilder and AJ was going back and forth. And I'm like, yo, both of them keep playing with fire. And somebody gonna get knocked out and neither one of them gonna be in position. And lo and behold, they both lost their belts. I'm like, yo, they playing with fire. I don't know if you remember us having that discussion, but I had kept saying like they just need to go ahead. They trying to wait for money, but you still fighting people, fighting guys that you could lose to. Like AJ wasn't fighting no slouches, and Wilder chose to fight the best boxer in heavyweight division right now. So Y'all taking chances, penitentiary chances, bro.
And the
Yeah,
champ,
with the undisputed, and then hit
right?
him.
Because AJ lost the annual Ruiz fight, and
First of all, he's lost twice.
Say that again.
He's lost twice. This the second time he got to try to go get it back. So
yeah, exactly. So, but when you said that, I remember that you said that at that pocket, you was like, they playing with fire. They both can eventually lose because you was explaining both of their weaknesses, right?
Yeah, and I'm like,
yeah,
ain't no guarantee y'all about to just be washing people out here. Yeah, you know.
And both of them lost. Like
both of them lost, bro.
That's why I said.
And I still want to see how that fight plays out. You know, it's one of those fights that, even though it's not for undisputed, I want to see who wins between the two men.
I think it's easier to make now. But do I want to see?
Maybe, dog. Maybe, because now, you know, they both feel like if AJ win today, he's really going to be feeling himself.
Oh, yeah.
And Wilder is feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? The only fight he going to want to make is Fury, or if he makes a Wilder fight, he going to want like a 60-40. Like, he ain't going to want to be fair. You see what I'm saying?
Fury's not fighting Wilder again. That's it. That shit is still. It's done.
Yeah, if they fight again, I'm going to be mad. Only way I want to see them fight again is because Wilder is the #1 contender WBC. You do realize that, right? But the only way I want to see them fight again is if Wilder beats Hellenius, goes on, beats somebody else, and the last thing for him to do to get the belts back is Fury with all the belts because he beat AJ. You know what I'm saying? And he like, all right, that's the only way I would want to see a #4, bro. That's the only way. And I really don't want to see that.
No,
but it would make sense then. It would need to happen then.
Bro, I don't even care how he does it. I don't want to see that fight again. I didn't want to see the third one. I didn't want to see that. Okay. It's like, why do you got to keep going back and forth with this? You didn't win one fight. And the reason it was another fight because of that stupid draw on the first fight.
Yeah.
That's over. You got knocked out twice. Not once, but twice. Why? No. Fury is better.
It's not a good matchup. Fury
is better than you.
Yeah.
Okay, the only way I can see him be a WBC champion again is Fury retiring and the belt is fight for a tournament or something. That's
what I'm saying. But he might. I think he's gonna beat Hellenius, bro. I think he's gonna knock him out, and people gonna be back on his side again. That's what I think. And then he's gonna get another fight, maybe Andy Ruiz, the winner of Andy Ruiz, King Kong, and then he's a topic. You see what I'm saying? Because both of those guys is trying to put themselves in position like they contenders. They gonna be viable contenders. Like he beat them. The only who else is it for him to fight? Like he got to fight the champ.
I mean, it's likely he can fight. I mean, he can fight Joe Joyce.
Okay, so is he at the point where he don't want to be the champion no more? He just want to be like a Floyd and make money and tank. You know what I'm saying?
He's really not marketable to make money. He's popular, yeah, but he's not marketable like Floyd is. So it's not marketable.
He is. He could be the villain. He could take the villain approach.
He could.
Because Floyd didn't start making money till he became a villain.
Right. That's true. That's definitely true.
He was cold. He was always pretty boy, but when he became the villain, they paid to see him lose, bro.
Right. Yeah. That's a part of it having a marketing team.
Yeah, that's true.
But Wilder's not like.
You mean like the business acumen? He don't like. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, actually, none of them do except Fury. That's why. I mean, Fury is. He talk cash shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he know how to sell the fight. Wilder got potential because I mean Wilder, he talk shit too, you know what I'm saying? But he's more of the pro-black type, you know what I'm saying? Like that. He's not, so he doesn't go after.
So it's gonna be specific audiences. Like he's not really trying to be to the masses. He definitely focusing on his brand is focused on specific audience. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But Wilder, I mean, yeah, he got potential to be developed. I can see that, but also he has to win too. Also, I mean,
He
he
gotta
haven't
win.
got a
I
win
mean,
in a
he been
long
winning. He
time.
beat everybody but Fury. Beat everybody but Fury. That's all I
Yeah,
can say.
yeah.
And losing to Fury is not. You don't really need to hang your head down about that. Like a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
people.
I agree with that. I agree with
Yeah,
that. But I think what he needs to do. First, he need to get this win. That's one.
he gotta win.
Two, and
If he lose,
if he lose,
whew, yeah, it might be over.
yeah. If he lose, and also is how he beat him. How he beat him. You know what I'm saying? That's important too.
He's gonna knock him out, bro. He's gonna knock him out. It's not gonna be
Gotta
points.
knock him out. And he really gotta do it kind of
What if he
early.
go in there and win by decision, bro? What if Wilder shocked the world and
He
outpoint a
never did
person?
that ever in his career. No, all jokes aside,
What
he
if he
never
go in
did
there?
that.
Nah,
He
you're
never
right.
did it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. What if he shocked the world? It's new Wilder. New Wilder.
I take it.
The look on
Malik
your
Scott.
face is like, nah.
So Malik Scott trainer. I take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Malik Scott is his trainer.
The guy he beat. That still threw me off, like off a loop. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna have a trainer that you beat? Like that's just. I mean, I never seen that ever in life. Really, that's like, okay, if I beat you, yeah, okay, well, man, I need you to train.
Yeah.
Why
I don't even. Yeah. It just don't make sense.
That's what I mean, man. But I guess he knows something that I don't know. So that's I'm saying, you know. But before we close out, what do you think about Teofimo Lopez win last week? What do you think about that?
I think it was a good win for Teofimo, right?
Okay.
But I was not impressed with his performance. Only because I think I was comparing it to how it would fare against fighters with a different style than the guy he fought, right? So it was an impressive performance. Let me retract. It was an impressive performance to the person that he fought, and it was an impressive, like it was entertaining, you know. But it wasn't. I don't know where that's gonna carry him. I don't know if he could win fighting like that against like Haney. I think Haney would handle that pretty well. You know, so I was looking at it because I look at Teofimo as one of those top tier people, top tier fighters. So I was comparing him to what he's going to look like against another top tier. Now, granted, he might prepare a whole different way for those fighters. You know what I mean? I was looking for the Teofimo that was against Lomachenko, but that wasn't really even there. So
that one, no.
I don't know. I think it was a good fight. You know what I mean? Good win for him. He needed to do that and to move his career forward. Go fight Ryan Garcia. I think he'll smoke Ryan Garcia.
I agree. I'm not really. I think Ryan Garcia got speed, but
he got speed, but he's gonna get hit by Teo.
His pocket presses is horrible to me because his footwork is horrible. But go ahead.
He leave himself wide open. But I think Teo's still in the game in the hunt. I like him at 140.
Yeah, he fought the guy at 140.
I do like him at 140. I don't see a reason for him to go back to 135. I mean, a title fight. But other than that, I don't see a reason for him to go back to 135. He should meet whoever he's going to fight, whether it's Lomachenko, Haney. I would go for a title. He can drop down to 135 for a title fight, you know, but I don't, you know, I like him better at 140. I think his power can be a little bit can be better used at 140, and I think he can beat like a Josh Taylor.
Oh, he was small, Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor to me, okay. I'm about to come with some heat on this.
Yeah.
Teofimo win last week. It was solid. It was cool. He did what he's supposed to do, right? Now, what does that mean moving forward? I think he's a force to be reckoned with at 140. I really think so. You know what I'm saying? So, do I think he need to go to 135? Depends. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on if Haney take care of business with Kambosos. That's one. And another thing, he gotta redeem himself from Kambosos because that's the guy he lost to, and Teofimo. And Lomachenko is back. You know what I'm saying? He's back now. He about to have a fight in a month or two. So there's a lot of parallel, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of factors in the equation, but I really don't see him going back to 135. Because I think 140, he can really dominate that division because it's really not a threat like that. Because I think Josh Taylor, I'm not really sold on him yet. He actually lost against Jack Catterall last the Swift controversy. So we all being honest. So
yeah.
So that's why I said I don't know if but here's the caveat. Here's a stipulation, right? If Teofimo is focused, if he just focus on the opponent and not slack on the opponent like he did with Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I have to see him in a disciplined manner at all times. Not take 1 minute off at all times. You know what I'm saying? And I think he learned a lot from the loss. He still gets hit a lot, but that's him. You know what I'm saying? He got that chin, whatever. So
that's what I'm saying. Like that type of thing is bad against a Devin Haney or against a Shakur Stevenson. Oh my God. I don't even want him to fight Shakur Stevenson. And I'm not even saying that like I think Shakur Stevenson will wash him. I'm saying those two fighters that I like, and I would lean heavily towards Shakur winning that fight.
Well, and Shakur is like my favorite guy in the 130s right now. That's my guy right now. That's.
But he gonna be moving up to 135, 140. He gonna get to 147. He gonna get up there, bro.
He have to. He gonna have to because first, Shakur ain't nobody in 130 seeing him. Nobody.
So. He don't even need to fight there no more. Like he don't.
He don't. He really need to fight 135. He can see
correct.
The Lomachenko. Those are bigger fights too.
Yeah, Tank, Lomachenko, Haney, Teofimo, like Frank Martin. Correct. He coming up. He coming up. He got some work to do, but he coming.
Yeah, that's Spence guy. That's your man's guy. So
I like him though, but he got some work to do, but he not like me. He a dog. He a dog.
Yeah, so I agree with that. But it's always a pleasure to talk to you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
I get down, you know what I'm saying? You about to enjoy the fights, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you're gonna on this Anthony Joshua and Usyk fight.
Yeah, man. I'm about to be all in the chat. I'm about to be all in the chat, bro. I'm about to be all in the chat, so don't worry about it. We will be in constant communication about these next couple of rounds.
Yes, sir. That's how we do, man. But I'm Romello Skuggs, K. Will. We out.
Yes, sir.
Next time. Peace to lessons.
Peace.
And this is Undisputed Spit. You dig?
I'd buy that for $1.